Hi, welcome to People Like Us.
The podcast where we talk about different things, sharing our opinions, hoping to find people like us, and hoping people like us. I'm Matthew.
And I'm Miranda.
Did we say I'm Matthew and I'm Miranda on the last one?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Because
If
I
not,
don't
we are.
remember. But funny thing, if you're listening to this where you usually listen to our podcast, the last one that I'm talking about is actually only on YouTube.
Yeah. So I found if you just YouTube search People Like Us podcast, we're like nowhere to be found because we just made the channel. So
Great.
I think you have to like change it to searching channels instead of searching videos so that you can find us. You'll see our logo. And then go subscribe
But
and
also,
all
yeah, I'll have to like look around at stuff like that because we are on YouTube. We're only people like us.
that.
So maybe I should put the podcast on there, but I don't know.
I don't know anything.
I don't know. But I found that if you search like the episode that's on YouTube is people like customer service. If you type that in, it's like one of the first ones.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So if you haven't looked at it already, go to YouTube and type in people like customer service to see our first YouTube video.
Yes, but also this episode will be on YouTube, and so will all of them from now on, hopefully. And you can watch us talk instead of just listening to us talk.
Yeah, you can see the funny facial expressions that we make.
Oh my god. I also would like to mention I'm recording in. You might be able to hear a siren right now. We live so close to like two fire. What are they called? Fire stations and a police station. I almost said fire truck. And so there are constant sirens. I have an AC going to cover up some noise, so sorry if it sounds terrible.
And I'm recording on my phone. So I don't know if that means anything or not.
We're
experimenting.
Experimental right now.
We're going through an experimental phase amidst a pandemic.
Who isn't? Yeah.
Hi.
Anything new and exciting going on over there?
You know what's new and exciting? Or what was new and exciting? I don't know if it's new. I don't know if it's exciting. It was exciting for me. Anyways. I saw you in person.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Through a car.
Dude, my roommate yesterday was like, you guys should have filmed that because that would be hilarious to put in your video. And I'm so mad we didn't.
Oh my gosh.
Because Matt had some of my equipment and I've been wanting to use it. And I finally was like, okay, it's time. So I drove over to his apartment, had him put the stuff in the trunk, and it's still sitting in there. I'm like, let it sit for a few days. Can't be too careful, can you? What was I saying? Sorry, I'm like dead brain right now. Oh yeah, but you like walked around. We kind of just talked through a window in two masks. I said, see you in a few months, and you walked away.
Yep, that's exactly what happened. So hey, we're like best friends and we are being careful. So you should be careful with the people that like
we're best friends and we do a podcast together and we still have literally not made contact since March.
Yeah. So don't make us suffer for nothing.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying
I'm not kidding about what you said.
Not doing anything.
Agreed. No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I was just being dramatic.
Oh, but speaking of, I got tested earlier in the week and I got my results today and they were negative.
Amazing.
No, this happened before, so I haven't talked about this yet. I've been tested a few times for coronavirus already. And the first few times I set it up myself. I like went onto the website. If you don't know what it is, it's like covid19.lacounty. something. But if you live in LA, you can get tested for coronavirus for free. I think that's still a thing. But I did it myself the first few times, and I went to the same place. I went to Hanson Dam, which is really nearby, and they did the mouth swab Actually, they just gave me the thing and I did it myself in my car and then gave it to them. And I got the results within like a day or 2 days, and that was it. Um, this last time I got tested, my mom set it up and she picked the location, and it was a nose swab. Have you
Aren't
done
those
the
more
nose swab?
accurate? No.
They're supposedly more accurate, but they're 100 times more uncomfortable.
Oh God.
It's literally terrible. You have to swab the inside of your nose for like 10 seconds, and immediately upon putting it in my nose, my eyes started watering, my nose started watering. I had to sneeze while doing it. I sneezed about 10 times.
Ugh. Okay.
And you
So,
have to do both nostrils.
oh my God, you do? Oh my God.
Yes.
I know I'm so spoiled.
And
I'm like, but like everyone's been tested with that one. Um, okay, sorry to interrupt, but I would just like to say the reason I have such an aversion to doing that specific test is because, like, I don't know if any of you have been to an ENT, but like as a singer, sometimes you gotta get checked, right? You gotta make sure everything's good in there. So you get the, oh my God, you get the, what's it called? Why can't I think of what it's called? Where they put this friggin' tube, like camera up your nose and down to your throat. I'm like, I don't know, should I place a trigger warning? I'm triggering myself. And this one time I got it done, it like I think they didn't numb me or something because usually they like numb you. I hate all of it. I hate everything about it. But one time I got it done and they put it in and there's a reaction. This actually happens to some people. It wasn't just me, where your blood rushes down to your feet. Yeah, like it like rushes out of your head. I don't know to your feet, but you know what I mean. And so I got like the most lightheaded and panicky. And apparently it's a thing that happens because he had me sit in one of those tilty chairs and he like tilted me back so that the blood would go back to my head. Oh my God.
That's
Like
so
I hate it every
scary.
time. And so I just like never want anyone to put anything there.
Yeah, I've never had to go through that, but when I was in college, I had this one voice class where we watched videos of like the camera going down there so you could like see the vocal folds and everything.
Yeah.
The inside of the human body is not a place that I want to explore.
It's disgusting. I'm like, I feel
um
like if Magic School Bus was real, we'd be like, I'm out.
like it's a great cartoon to watch and like very informational and fun, but like if Mrs. Frizzle was my teacher, I'd be like, I need to be homeschooled, please.
Exactly. Uh,
Everyone's always like, yay, field trips. But I'd be like, no, please let me stay at school.
so wait, was there more to your story?
Oh, yes. So not only was it the nose one, which is terrible, that's like the most terrible part of it. Also, it took like a whole week to get the results when at the other one, it only took a day or two. So from now on, I'm making the appointments and picking the
Yeah.
location. But a funny thing is, when I first went to get tested, they show you a video of what it's going to be like when you get there. So I watched the video on how to do the nose swab. And then I got there and they were like, "Did you watch the video?" And I was like, "Yes, I did. And I know how to do the nose swab and I'm not looking forward to it." And they were like, "Well, we're actually doing a mouth swab." When my mom got the test the first time, they watched a video on the mouth swab, got there, and had to do the nose swab. So maybe the trick is if they show you the nose video, you're good to go. If they show you the mouth video, run the other way. 1 second.
But also watch both videos.
True. Um, just remember around 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Uh, yeah. So testing, get it done. Like it's a good idea, especially if you're going out for whatever reason. Um, just to be safe, you know.
or if you've been around with someone, if you've been exposed.
If you have any like inkling that somebody may have had it in your vicinity, um, yeah, it's just good, and it's good to know, and it gives you a peace of mind when you get that negative result. You're like, I'm good.
You know what I'm nervous about is like November is the month that I always get a really gnarly cold, and I can't. I'm gonna be
Don't think
so
about it. Don't say it.
nervous.
Don't put it out. Don't
No,
put it
no,
out
no.
into
Like
the
it's
world.
okay if I get a cold, you know. Like I can handle
Yeah.
that. I just don't want to
Don't say
deal
the
with
other
like
thing. Don't
the
say the other
idea
thing.
in my head that I'm gonna be worried that it's
True. Oh yeah. There's a lot of people who like they wake up and anything that is like out of the norm for them, they're like, I have it. I'm dying.
have we. I mean, I feel like I've had that moment, and I feel like most people I know have had that moment where they're
I
like,
think everyone has at some point.
yeah. Well,
Like,
except the people who think it's not real.
don't even get me started. I don't want to go into it. But going back to what you said about the nose
The
thing,
scopy scope.
um, have you ever been like, I don't know, never mind. Um, what it made me think of was when I would go to the dentist and they would give us they would like put us to sleep or whatever. And like one of my fears is just like anesthesia is like scary because what if it like puts you out to where you can't communicate, but you can still feel everything?
I feel like that's not how that works.
I know it's not how it works,
I
but you
understand
don't
your
know.
fear.
You don't know. I don't
You
think
should.
that's how it's supposed to work.
I, I feel like you should like Google this so for your own peace of mind, so you can figure out how it actually works. Because I feel like that can't even. I feel like that's not even a thing that could happen.
I don't know. I feel like it's the thing that could happen.
Then Google it, and then
I
be
don't
scared
want
of it if
to.
it's real. Oh
I'd rather be scared for no rational reason.
my god, you sound like me.
um yeah,
Is that's all the
that's
exciting
basically it.
stuff going on in your space?
Yeah. Um also I feel like that I don't know cuz okay, this might be gross or whatever, but I had an ingrown toenail once
Hmm.
and I went to the doctor so they could like take care of it. And they did like numb my toe cuz they were going to like get in there and cut it. But I could still feel like what was happening and it did still hurt. And
Oh,
afterwards, the lady like when usually when I'm like I don't like dealing with pain, but I will like I'll tough it out, you know what I
hmm.
mean? So I it hurt, but I didn't make any sounds, I didn't make any faces or anything. And after she was done, the lady was like, "Wow, you did really well. Usually people are screaming in agony with that." And I'm like, "Then what's the point of the anesthesia if it doesn't work?"
It probably just makes it less bad,
And people are just
or
babies.
it just like no, no. I'm saying it's probably even worse than that without the anesthesia.
I can't imagine it being any worse because like it hurt a lot.
Maybe not,
So
or
then I guess
it
people
could
are
be
just
like
more vocal about pain.
yeah, I'd definitely be crying and like freaking out. I remember one time I had to get an MRI because they were worried I had a brain tumor. This was years ago. I didn't. plot
That's good.
plot twist. I can't think of words. Anyway, um, and my pediatrician, I saw her for like way too long. I don't remember. I feel like I still had a pediatrician when I was 18 or something. Like who does that? Is that legal? I don't know.
I I
Someone
don't
tell me
know.
what my life is. Why can't I can't even like formulate sentences today? What was I?
You know, I feel like the same. You're talking about a pediatrician. We were talking about anesthesia,
I
talking about
feel
pain tolerance.
something is going on in the brain. Oh, so my doctor at the time was like, "Yo, Miranda is gonna need to be put out for this MRI because she's panicky," and I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"Good call." And so, but I'm also terrified of needles, so they put like some cream on it that was supposed to like it was like numbing cream, but is that even real? I feel like sometimes they do that stuff like it's like I feel like it's theatrics just to make you feel better.
I don't know, I think it's real because like, there's, like, throat coat spray that, like, actually numbs your throat, and it's just a spray.
I love that stuff, by the way.
I don't know, I'm not a scientist, man.
This is just a showcase of how much we don't
Us talking about stuff we have no idea about.
know. People like acting like you know anything.
People like listening to people with no idea what they're talking about.
People
People
like
like talking about
amateurs.
stuff that they have no idea what they're talking about.
Um, uh, I bought a new video game.
A new one.
Yeah, it's called Celeste.
Is it based off of Celeste from Animal Crossing?
Oh my god, what a stupid game that would be. It'd probably be like a puzzle game. It'd probably be like, um, like Bejeweled, but not Bejeweled.
I feel like there would be a mini game that shows you like constellations and you have to like slide the pieces to put the constellation in the right order.
Or it's like Bejeweled, but with like different color stars.
Yes,
I'm
definitely.
glad we did that. Okay, great. No, it was like one of the, it was really cheap um, for the Switch. And it's like, the music's really cool and it's like kind of 8-bit, but new. And you're climbing a mountain. It's like a puzzle game. I don't know. It's not that interesting. I don't know what to talk about. This is why it was hard to do. Ugh. How
You
do
know
we
what
do
is
a
interesting
podcast
to
when we're
me?
sitting at home all day? But
Uh, Honestly,
oops.
um, the Switch has a lot of games that are like really cheap.
Yeah.
It's like they're like phone app games,
Yeah.
which is funny to me. There's literally a Pokemon game where you can't use the controllers, you just use the touch screen,
I didn't know about that one. I had one that was like Zen Color
which
or
was
something.
free.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it's funny
so
because like most consoles have like you buy the disc at the store for $30 or
mhm,
$60.
yeah, 60.
Ridiculous.
Um, you have Nintendo Online.
Yes.
Uh, did you ever download Tetris?
Yes.
Like the Battle Royale Tetris? Tetris 99, that's what
Yes.
it is. Have you
Yeah.
been on it recently?
No, I played it once and I was overwhelmed.
That's hilarious because I played it once and then never put it down. Like, I think this was back when I was living in Burbank and I was playing Ultimate Chicken Horse all the time. And I started playing Tetris 99 all the time, like constantly. And the other day I was showing it to my roommate. I was like, look, I used to play this game and I went on it and it has turned into just like advertisements everywhere. It was like the background was like an advertisement for some game and the music was like the music from the game. It
That's
was
so
really
weird.
weird and it
They
didn't
must
feel the
not be
same.
making enough money for Nintendo Direct.
I right? I was like,
Well, I
ew,
mean,
it just felt all
y-
spammy.
it is really cheap and you pay yearly, right?
Nintendo Online?
Yeah.
I pay $4 a month
Oh, they
for
must have like a yearly plan because I don't see any monthly payments coming out for it.
Oh, maybe. Maybe I didn't like commit to the year plan at first because I didn't know if I needed it. I don't think I
But you
realized at first that
literally,
you do need it if you're gonna play anything online.
yeah, you literally need Nintendo Direct for any game that has an online functionality,
Yeah,
which kind of sucks, but like,
there's like no other option.
yeah. But
Yeah,
that's like all the other consoles, I guess. PlayStation, Xbox, they're all online membership subscription things. So I guess Nintendo was like, We can do it too.
Yeah. My roommate just
And
got a
we were like,
PS4.
I guess you can. What?
My roommate just got a PS4.
Is that the one that's like the newest minus the one that's coming out?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because my boyfriend has one, so I've played a couple games on there. Um, and she's actually gonna borrow some games from him. But excuse
I
me.
think it's I think it's weird that like Nintendo, all of the systems are like different. You have the Super Nintendo, you have the Nintendo 64, you have the GameCube, the Wii, the Switch, the like all different stuff. And then PlayStation, it's PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox, whatever the new one is.
Yeah, what is Xbox doing with their numbers?
Also, Xbox, like, for some reason, when I think of PlayStation, I'm like, oh, Sony. When I think of the Switch, Nintendo, and like all their stuff is Nintendo. And when I think of Xbox, I think of Xbox, not Microsoft.
Xbox is Microsoft?
Yeah,
I gotta be honest with you. I don't have any memories of ever touching an Xbox in my life. Like, I know
we have an
nothing about
Xbox.
Xboxes.
We only have an Xbox 360 because it was at Goodwill. I'm like, might as well get it.
I feel like that's the most your family thing I've ever heard.
Honestly, my mom will buy anything if it's on sale.
Yeah.
That's why, like, we would have so many printers, we would have so many headphones, we would have so many keyboards, wireless mice. It's like we only have so many computers, but we have so many wireless mice because they were on sale, so you bought them.
Oh my god. But let's talk about this. Is it mice or mouses? I'm gonna Google it.
Like, is there a difference because it's an electronic and not the animal?
Computer, mouse, plural. Um, Wikipedia says it's mouses or mice, according to most dictionaries, with mice being more
Like,
common.
I feel like saying computer mouses makes more sense.
Computer mouses, computer mice. Yeah, because when you say computer mice, I immediately just picture a mouse like in your hand. Hmm.
Computer
That's such a
mice.
like an interesting thing. Not to talk about grammar, but to talk about grammar. In high school, so my freshman year, I had like the best English teacher ever. I loved her, and she taught us grammar so well that like I would correct people all the time because I just knew everything. It was so annoying. Um, but she talked about the difference between like but okay, so you know how some things are correct because it says so, or like because that's how it started, but then some things become correct because of usage.
Yes.
And so that's kind of like a debate of like what to go by.
You know what was added to the dictionary just recently? Like within the past couple months?
What?
Irregardless.
No,
They
why?
added irregardless to the dictionary.
Okay,
You know what
so
irregardless means? It means
it
regardless.
means no, it means not regardless.
But the
It means
like people use
regardful,
it. People use it as regardless.
but it means regardful. I would just like you all to know it means regardful. Don't use it.
It's
That's
so
so
annoying.
annoying. That doesn't make sense. Okay, well, that's funny because I was just about to say that I think actually usage is more important than we give it credit for. But when it's just wrong, like why? It's like people saying library or like I can't think of anything else right now.
I don't know, but
But to
like
be fair,
library is just wrong, right? But
we say February.
February,
Yes, exactly.
exactly.
So I didn't even know. I don't know. I guess usage is really important, but I hate irregardless. Oh my god, that's so upsetting.
That's so upsetting.
No, but see, the reason that's upsetting is because it actually changes the meaning of the word.
Yeah,
Because it's like we already don't know
it's
how to
like
follow rules in English.
there's a prefix added to a word changes the meaning of the word,
Right. Ir
but the
means not,
word yeah.
which means not regardless, which means full of regard.
I was so upset when I saw that. And,
That is
like,
a hill
the
I'm willing
thing
to die on.
is, everyone in the world has to have seen Mean Girls by now.
In the whole world.
Yes, it's law. If you haven't seen Mean Girls, you should go to jail. But, like, that's literally a line from the movie. She says "irregardless," and they're like, "What?"
I don't even remember them, to be honest.
You should go to jail for
I've
a
seen it.
shorter sentence. You should get community service.
Look, I like Mean Girls, and I've seen it a couple times. I will say I don't quite understand the extent of the hype.
Yeah, but you saw it later on in life.
That's true. I don't know because like I like Clueless more than I like Mean Girls. And I like Mean Girls though. Like it's a good movie. I can see why if I had watched it when I was younger that it would like you know get me more excited.
Yeah. Have you listened to the musical?
No, I'm kind of scared.
Have you seen Heathers?
Yes.
Do you like Heathers?
The movie, love it. The
Yeah.
musical,
Oh. Do you like the music at least?
I mean, I haven't
Like,
really
just to
listened to it.
listen
I
to?
watched
Oh.
it. I think I liked the music.
Most of the times when I see new uh, when I get introduced to a new musical, it's through the music first,
Mm-hmm.
and I, like, overplay that music so much,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll, like, fall in love with it, and then I'll see it, and sometimes it's just not a good show.
Yeah.
Remember when we saw Matilda?
Oh my god. Wait. So and Pippin. Wait. Have we even
Wait,
talked
so
about
and
this?
Pippin,
Have we talked about
um,
our New York trip? Well, you were
we did a
literally
travel
there, but
episode, like, a million years ago.
yeah, Matilda was so good. My show choir kids, my like 8-year-old girls are doing 2 songs for Matilda right now, and I'm so excited because they're adorable. Because they're singing "Revolting Children" and "When I Grow Up."
The music from that show is just
It's so
it's
good.
so good.
And I had a student who played Matilda at her school last year. Um, she's one of those kids that's just she's like got so much presence to her without even trying. Now it's difficult to teach her because like not in a bad way, but like because she has so much energy, she's just like bouncing off the walls the whole time and like fidgeting and all this, and I'm like, stay
Center.
still. It's kind of cool. Like she has so much presence; it was cool to watch. But I just love that show.
I love the movie too.
I've never seen the movie. Why is anyone surprised when I haven't seen a movie? There's so many movies I haven't seen. You all
This is
act
true.
like this is new
Me,
news.
I definitely should never be surprised when you haven't seen a movie. I bring up any movie and you're like, "What's that?" Uh, but I was gonna bring up the fact that, um, like, just recently, people on the internet have been saying that, Miss Honey, the teacher from the movie, is, like, inappropriate or whatever. Um, and it's like, sometimes people take things too seriously and just ruin things for no reason when it's, like, not harmful, you know?
Why? What's inappropriate about her?
Exactly. But
But what
they're
are they
saying, like,
saying?
that she, like, took too much interest in this one student. Literally, this child was extremely, extremely gifted. One, she was a nice teacher to all of her students.
it's not like that's not like a case of favoritism. That's like this child is extremely gifted and also abused and needs help. I think you're allowed to like help them a little extra. That's actually kind of awful for people to say, but that's not
Yeah.
okay. What? So I'm supposed to be
Um,
like, oh, well, your situation is worse than everyone else's, and you have some like gifts that we should work out, but I'm not going to worry about that because that would be unequal to everyone else. I really hate that.
that's I don't even wanna get into it, never mind.
People
But
like not getting into it.
the movie is good, and people need to leave things alone if they're not harming people. That's the biggest thing, like, some people attack things because, like, the idea of it is, like, sort of similar to something else, but it has nothing to do with that, and nobody correlates the 2. It's just, like, they are related in some way, but they're different. They're not, like, the same.
Yeah,
Not everything has to be a mirror or whatever. I don't know. And that's my, uh, gripe of the day.
they're getting more and more interesting.
Yeah. And, like, people are just showing their true colors left and right these days, and also being affected by everything. Um, did you hear about Mulan?
Nope.
I don't even know if, like, I should be talking about this, but, like, I have feelings about it, and they're intense.
So sing about
Okay. Honestly. Um, so Mulan, there's a new live action movie, correct? Its release date has been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, rightfully so, because we're in a pandemic and nobody can go to the theater. Well, Disney just announced that they are going to put it straight to Disney Plus. Um, and it's going to be in theaters where it's safe, but it's going to be on Disney Plus, and you have to pay $30 for it. So it's a premium price to watch the new Mulan movie. Okay, one, I understand charging people to watch a new movie.
yeah,
But two, $30 for a new movie, I wouldn't pay $30 to see a movie in the movie theater.
that's what your tweet was about. Okay, I was so confused. Okay, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
Oh,
going to the movie theater is an entire experience in and of itself. Like
mhm,
that is something that goes into the price of your ticket, in my opinion.
yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I bet they took into account that most people are gonna be watching it as a family. Like they were probably taking into account like this is for 4 people to watch.
Yes, and that's another thing. Um, I understand $30 for a single movie, that's great for a family of 4 who would have to pay $15 a ticket times 4 is $60.
Mhm.
Um, plus their popcorn, their food, whatever they're doing at the theater. But I just don't like proportionately, like there are families who couldn't even afford to go to the movies by themselves.
Right.
So like it's not a difference for them.
And
There are
there's gonna be
people
so many
who
situations where it's 1 or 2 people. Yeah.
yeah, and like come on, like a huge demographic in the year 2020 for Disney and Disney movies is young adults in their 20s who are like very secluded right now.
And broke.
Another thing is part of going to the movies is to get away from my family. So like I don't want to pay $30 to sit and watch a movie with my family.
That's so
Um but another thing is there's the whole like a lot of people are trying to make the people who are like $30 for a movie into I'm not paying $30 to see an a mostly Asian cast movie,
that's not the point.
which has nothing to
I
do with it.
wouldn't pay for it if it was just white people either.
Exactly.
Uh,
Another thing is people saying you would pay $30 if you had to watch Avengers Endgame when it came out on Disney Plus.
no, I
You wouldn't, but,
wouldn't.
like, the Avengers series as a whole, like, seeing movie after movie after movie after movie after movie, building up to Avengers Endgame, people would pay way more than $30 if they had to watch it at home.
Yeah, but that's
Mulan
just like
is
a
a
case of
Disney.
people being duped into spending a lot of money.
Yeah, and it's a build up where it's like, yes, they are being duped, but also there's, like, a history behind it where people want to do that. Mulan is a Disney live action remake, and all of the Disney live action remakes have not had a great track record.
Yeah.
Like, most people hate them
Mhm.
or hate on them. So comparing the 2 is not fair. It's
Yeah.
not because it's Mulan, it's because it's a single standalone live action remake of a movie. Plus, a lot of people are saying this remake doesn't even have the music that we're used to from the original. It doesn't even have Mushu, one of the most popular characters from the original. So there's a lot of things, not because there's Asian content.
So that's the thing is people like to make two separate issues one issue. Like, yeah, there probably are people who don't want to watch it because it's like a mostly Asian cast or something. Like, I'm definitely not one of those people. I actually would love to watch and support that, but you're right. I'm not going to pay $30 for that right now when like I
Exactly.
don't know if I'm going to lose work.
But then there's like the other side of the thing, which like I understand this. Disney as a company is choosing to put Mulan, this movie that is about Asian content and has mostly Asian characters, as the first time that they're offering a premium movie on Disney Plus. Now, if there was no coronavirus, there probably would be no this $30 movie premiere on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So them choosing to use Mulan for this, they are going to get a lot of people who are not going to pay that $30.
Mhm.
And they might take it as nobody wants to see Asian led characters, Asian led stories,
Mm,
which is not the case.
right.
So then it makes it seem like we shouldn't have as many Asian actors in our things,
So
or we
that's
shouldn't
the
have
fear
Asian
is that
stories.
it like influences
So that is
the
something I understand.
yeah.
It's not that people don't want to watch it because they're Asian people. It is, this is a ramification that could come from people not wanting to pay for this specific movie.
Right.
There are other movies that Disney has that are being released soon. Like they
Oh
could do
yeah.
this with Black Widow, which is a Marvel movie, which has the draw of the Marvel timeline. Like it's it's just $30 is too much for a movie for me.
Yeah. You're like that's
Especially like another thing, like people say, "Oh, you would pay $15 for a ticket to go to the movie theater and you would pay $15 for popcorn." Okay, that's $30 right there.
where's my
However,
popcorn?
I pay, I don't remember what it is. I think it's like 24.99 a month to watch 3 movies a week, which is not $15 a ticket.
Oh, for your what's it called?
AMC A-list.
Yeah.
So I get to watch 9 to 12 movies for $20. It's different.
Yeah.
It's like there's all these different arguments that don't actually add up.
Yeah. You remember when we used to walk to the movie theater?
Yes.
I feel like we only did it like twice. I think we saw Wreck-It
Yeah.
Ralph,
Oh, so good.
and
Remember
then
when we saw Wreck-It Ralph and we went back to your place and we like ranted and raved about it to your parents and they were like, "Okay."
yeah, I do. Oh my god.
We definitely were like, "This is the best movie that has ever been out
And
ever
they were
and
like,
nothing will ever be better."
they just could not give a single care. I'll say
And
care.
then they saw it and were like, "It was fine."
Yeah. Oh my god. I'd be interested in watching it again because I wonder if I'd be still as excited as I was then. Because
I've watched it multiple times since, and I still love it, and
I
it
feel
still
like I
makes
would
me
still love
cry.
it. The second one was not my favorite. But we were
I
wearing
enjoyed
matching
it.
overalls when we watched it, and that's all that matters. Yes.
Um, I don't remember why I was gonna say this, but we watched Inside Out like 5 times in the movie theater.
Because I was thinking about like us going to the movie theater, and I feel did we see Wreck It Ralph more times than once? More times
I
than
don't
once?
think so, but we might have.
I can't remember. But yeah,
Probably like once,
I
one
almost
other
just called
time.
Inside Out, Let It Go, and I don't know why. Like, did someone put something in my lunch? Um,
Because when Elsa sings "Let It Go," she's letting her insides out.
uh-huh. Oh my god. And then we dressed up
Um,
as Joy and Anger for Halloween.
no, I was Fear.
That's what I meant. I was like picturing fear and said anger. Oh my god.
Yes, that's still like one of my favorite movies, Inside Out, like hands down, so good.
Should we
Like
do
I
music?
would watch.
Oh,
I
I love
think I think Inside Out. Like I would want to see another one, but I don't know if it would be as good.
I'd be interested. I feel like they could go somewhere interesting with it.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but I'm really tired apparently. Oh my god. Um,
Yeah.
should we do news and
On to the
reviews?
next thing. Yeah.
I have a list.
A list.
So, YouTuber D'Angelo Wallace. He's my favorite. He kind of
Yes.
just blew up because he did videos on like Tati and Shane and Jeffrey after all that the YouTuber drama.
Is the Tati one up?
I haven't checked, but I don't think so. I feel like I would have seen
Right.
it. It definitely would have come up in my recommended by now, right?
Yeah, because
Like that's got to get so many views.
he did Jeffree Star and then he did Shane Dawson and
Yeah.
Tati's the third one, which I don't think is up yet.
So I've been watching a bunch of his other videos. He did like I think he has a second channel where he does like 10-minute videos. Um, some of them are about topics I don't really care about, but like if it's a topic I care about, I love watching his take on things. He's just like if you haven't seen any of his videos, he's like a commentary, like Cody Co or like so like somewhere between Cody Co and like Content Cop. What's his name? iDubbbz.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
I'm like way too deep in the YouTube community now, pretending I know what I'm talking about. Again, people like not knowing what you're talking about. There's another YouTuber named the Anxiety Guy, very different lane.
Stress.
But he has really good videos on like simple things you can do if you have anxiety and like things that I learned in therapy that are like CBT skills or DBT skills, which are different kinds of skills you learn to cope with anxiety. Um, Logic released his final album called No Pressure, and
Final album.
mm-hmm,
Like that's it, never again.
yeah, because he was like, well, he had a kid, so I guess he was like, great, this is my last one. I'm gonna go be a dad now, which is kind of
Aw.
awesome. Um, it was great. Chris and I listened to it the other night. It's like how some artists have like singles and like hit singles, and it's like that. Like Ariana Grande is just like single, 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 single.
Yeah.
And then there are some artists who are just like, although I will say she's put together a couple of really good albums recently, but there are some artists who like I want to sit down and listen to their whole album, like Glass Animals
Right.
or Tame Impala. Like I want to like
I
feel
want
the
to go
whole
on the
album.
journey.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like mostly he's one of those in my head. Like I liked listening to the whole thing. Um, apparently Katy Perry's coming out with a new album called Smile, which I should have
Yeah.
realized because she had that single, what's it called, Never Really Over, which I love that song.
I love that song so much, but
I
that
wish it
single
got
came
more
out like a
play.
million years ago.
I didn't understand why I didn't get more radio play, but I think people are just kind of over her
Honestly,
or something.
yeah.
The
She
other
kinda
songs
had
are
like
like
a shift. She went through
a dip.
like a
I
she
don't
went
know the
through a
shape of.
thing.
Yeah.
You know what we didn't talk about today?
What?
Ellen.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, all that stuff that's going on with her?
Hmm.
I'm not gonna get into it, but Katy Perry said some choice things that people are not too happy about
Really?
involving that. Yeah.
Oof, maybe we can talk about that next time if it's still relevant. Um, oh, and I watched Doctor Strange for the first time, and I
When?
like a couple days ago.
Did you say and you liked it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I like that one too. Is that all your list?
Yeah.
Um, I had stuff earlier and I didn't write it down, and I probably should have made a list as well. But I did buy a new mask from online, and it's from this shop called Park Candy, and they're based in Florida. So like everyone in Florida is basically they make their own stuff, and it's all Disney stuff. But this shop, they have a bunch of different things, but they also offer masks with a plethora of designs. And so I bought this one.
Cute.
It is for those who are not watching on YouTube, it is the design of basically the Epcot ball, Spaceship Earth, and it's rainbow. Um, so I got it. It was cheap. It's really comfortable, and I love the material. It also came with two filters inside. Um, so yeah, you can go to shop. You can go to Park Candy, or you can follow them on Instagram at Shop Park Candy, and it's a black-owned business as well. So you're supporting uh, a small owned business owned by a black woman. Black woman.
Cool.
Yeah. I think that's it. I
Okay.
can't remember anything else. Um, we got a new fridge and it works really well, so go get a new
News and
fridge.
reviews. Fridges are cool. Well, cool.
Have you been listening to any podcasts?
Uh-uh. You?
I'll just do a short spotlight because I haven't really been listening to a bunch of podcasts, but I have been a couple days where I've just like blown through a few, and I started listening to Las Culturistas, which is yeah, I just started listening to it, so I don't really have a lot of information about it, but it's like a pop culture podcast. It's these two guys, and they sometimes have guests. And one of the guys is from uh, SNL. He's the first Asian guy to be cast, I think. He was just in the news for that or whatever. But it's good. It's funny. You should listen to it.
Cool. Um, great. Well, thank you guys for listening to people like us, or maybe even watching. If you are watching, like and subscribe. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at PLU Podcast. You can also become a patron at patreon.com/PLU Podcast because we probably need cameras or something because this is Zoom videos are interesting. But depending on which tier you choose, you could get a message from us, a handwritten letter from us, and even possibly a shout out at the end of each podcast. We do have merch at redbubble.com/people/people like us pod. That's the only way I found to get to it. And thank you to Risty
People
and
like
Doug.
us pod.redbubble.com.
Oh, I was like, because with the /people like us pod, it didn't work, but it went /people like us pod. So what is it?
It's people like us pod.redbubble.com.
Okay,
I'm
let's
pretty
edit
sure.
that out because I'm just gonna write that down. Okay, we do have merch at peoplelikeuspod.redbubble.com. And thank you to Risk. Jesus Christ. Okay. We do have merch available at peoplelikeuspod.redbubble.com. And thank you to Risty and Doug and all of our other patrons for what do I wait
Patronizing our Patreon.
patronizing.
Thank you for patronizing us.
Thank you for patronizing us, and thanks for how did we used to end it? Now I messed it up.
We would say
Thanks for making us feel like there are people like us and that people like us.
that people like us. Yeah.
Thanks for making us feel like people. No, what the fuck? What? Can we go back? What? Should I just? We should just cut that whole chunk out. Should I just do the whole outro again?
If you want.
I'll just start from merch. We have merch available at peoplelikeuspod.redbubble.com. Thank you to Risty and Doug and all of our other patrons, and thank you guys for making us feel like there are people like us.
And that people like us.
Bye.
Bye.